But, ooh, can I also send it to, okay, go ahead. Welcome everybody. This is it seems like maybe the 8th or 9th Open Green Map demo, maybe. And I'm very glad that we have two Alexandra Casapus here. Just kidding. You both are labeled that way. But Alexandra and Bogdan Szabo will be leading today's demo, brief demo, and then introduction of new features on Open Green Map 2. It's June 17th, 2021. And there'll be plenty of time to talk. But right now, let's turn it over to Bogdan, who's going to do the demo. Thank you. Welcome, Hannah.
Hello. So I will start with a quick tour through the app. And please ask questions and interrupt me if you have anything to ask. So I'll share my screen now. All right. So can you see my screen? So now I'm logged in as a regular user and I'm on the main map. So in order to start as a map maker, I need to create a team. So to create a team, you have to go on this plus button and press this team button, and then you fill in some data. I have some text prepared here. I will create a team for my neighborhood friends. And I press add. And now I have a team. If you scroll down here, you can see all the members of the team. If I want to, I can invite more people. So for example, I'll invite Alexandra. There she is, probably as a leader. And now she's a member, she's a leader of the team. And she can have access to all data that's added by this team. So the next thing would be to create a map. So here on plus map, you have a form for this new map, and we can create a map for our neighborhood, and I can just paste some text as a description from Wikipedia. You can see it here, and then you can choose the team to whom belongs this new map. So I can choose this new team, and I press add. I have my new map created. So here I have a bunch of options, like changing the theme if I want to. If I want, I can publish the map. This will be available to other users that are not part of my team, but I won't publish it right now. What else? I can add a tagline. Maybe I can add some cover pictures. Let's choose these ones. Oh, for some reason, I need to pick a JPEG. Yeah, you can upload two pictures, one for the small previews and one as a cover for the article. You can also set start date, end date, and so on. If you create an icon, custom icon set, you can define it here. But for now, I will just use the default icon set, which is the Open Green Map icons, and I think the SDGs. I'm not really sure. And now the important thing is the geometry section. So here I can set the extent for my map. So if I zoom in over Berlin, let's find our neighborhood. It's somewhere around here. Oops, sorry. Like this. And now that I sent, oh, looks like it doesn't work. Let me try again. Looks like I found a bug. All right. So now that I set this extent, it means that when users will go to this map, the Kreuzberg map, green map, they will see this part of the map. If I want to, I can also share the data with the license. So yeah, this is the map. If I go here on the map page, I can see the cover picture and the text. There are no sites right now. And if I go here, I can see the neighborhood with no green sites on it. So how we can add sites or features on this map? It's easy. You just go here on plus feature, and you'll have a form for creating a new feature. So for right now, I can create a track because I can also add lines and polygons, not only points. And we have a nice store on the Spree that we usually take, that we usually go by with the kayak. So I set the name of this track. I can select the map. And now I can go here to this select file button. And here I can just go and browse my files and pick this GPX file, which is a file that I captured with the mobile app. There are plenty of them. You can find them in your app stores. So now when I press add, I can see the track here. But first I want to add some description, which is here. Yeah, I want to create a new paragraph, paste the description here. I can customize it with some icons. Let's browse the Open Remap icons. I don't know. What should I pick? Water transport.
Yeah. There's also under nature, outdoor activities.
Nature, outdoor activities. Let's pick this one, right?
Yeah.
Or this one.
Yeah, canoe or kayak is better, I think.
Yeah, so I picked these icons, but now I probably want to rearrange them because maybe water transport is not the primary icon or the icon that I want the users to see. So probably I will pick this icon. So I just drag it, or if I want, I can click the icon and it will be set as the primary icon. All right.
And you could add other icons about the nature or other aspects of this trip, obviously, whether it's child friendly, things
exactly.
like
that. Yeah, you can browse them, or if you are not sure about an icon name or where it is, because there are a lot of icons, you can filter them by name. I don't know, let's say child friendly site. You can just pick it like this.
I didn't know we could do that. But search, that's very cool.
Yeah. So if I want, I can also add this track on more than one map. So I don't know, maybe on Green Map Berlin. I don't know why the other one disappeared. Let me try again. This is weird.
Could you be outside the extent?
Yeah, most probably. I have to update the extent. Anyway, you can pick the map here. And then if you want, you can add photos. I can pick some photos from this store. It needs a while to upload. Probably everyone is watching the football matches. All right, so I have two photos here. If I want, I can also add sounds and add some custom attributes. yeah. If you don't like the geometry, you can also edit it from here, just by clicking, by pressing on the line. You can just modify it in place here and make it more nice, or you can delete these points that are on the street. Yeah, and now if I go on the store, I can see it here with all of the photos. You can browse over them just like this. And if you add sounds, you can also see the sounds. And yeah. Another interesting feature that we recently added is the campaigns feature. We already have a bunch of campaigns, so in order to add one, you can go here on plus campaign, and you fill in some data, some text about your campaign. So since it's summer, maybe we can map some cool places in our neighborhood. So let's add some text here. Maybe I don't need these new paragraphs. Like this, and I will assign it to the Kreuzberg Mapmakers. All right, so now I have a bunch of options as well. The most important one is maybe this one, which you can enable it if you want to publish the campaign, so the public can fill in their data. And of course, you can set some icons. This first section defines like a mandatory icon set. They will be hidden for the users, but when they fill in the form, these icons will be added automatically. So let's pick a tree, special tree icon. And of course, or do we have like a shade place? Shaded? No, we don't have it. Anyway, you can create a custom icon if you want for this special use cases, and then you can select the optional icons, which will be offered to the users to pick. So for example, here I want people to choose from, I don't know, this water feature, like a park, maybe from the culture, from here, maybe, I don't know, information, water, whatever. You can save. I can pick some cover photo if I want to. Let's pick something with a lake. All right, and then I can select the map that I want to use for this campaign. So here, if I enable this, all the answers to this campaign will be added to this map. And then we also have a bunch of other options, but I won't go into details right now. All right, so now if I go on the campaigns, I should see my new campaign here. It asks for my position somewhere there. And people can select one of these custom icons. They can upload pictures. Let's pick this one with the same lake and submit. It will take a while because the internet is slow. All right, so maybe you want to ask some questions for the people to the people. So you can go back to the campaign and edit it. So here under the settings section, I can ask a few questions. And the first question, it will be, I mean, the answer for this first question, it will be set as the site name. So you can ask what is the name of this place. And then we can ask something for the description and maybe what makes all right. So now if I save this, if I go back to the campaign, I can also see these two questions. And when they fill in, they will see this, this new site on the map. All the sites that are added to the campaigns will be added as private sites. Let me go to the map. Oh. Yeah, is here where I'm located right now. You can see this dark small icon, which marks it as a private icon. And I can see that because I didn't ask for a name for the site, a name was filled in automatically. So maybe I don't like it that much. I can edit it. This with is, and then I can publish it if I want to.
And I want to say that what Bogdan is showing you, when you make one of these campaigns, being able to edit it before you put it on the map means that you can fix, as you can see, mistakes, or you can move the icons around as well. When if you go back to the campaign page, just a sec. Oh, sorry. Were you not done? I'm sorry.
No, I was showing how you can change the location of this site.
Okay.
So you were asking me to go.
Yeah. On the bottom, you can see the one we made like yesterday, visualizing the SDGs. That's for a workshop that will take place on the 29th that Hannah Fumio from Japan and I will do together. So we're asking participants, tell us where you're based before you come to the workshop, and tell us a little bit how the SDGs are being used. So you can see we've pre-selected all 17 SDGs and just a few, just 6 of Green Map icons for them to select from. When it goes on to, when they do it, it will automatically show a star as the site. We've chosen that special site marker as the primary icon. So when we come to check it, we can just click whatever they've chosen as their first secondary icon, and it will become the mark on the map. So it's really nice in that you can not only get insights from people, but you can help make it clearer before the public sees it.
Yeah, so yeah, another thing is that if you fill in a campaign answer on your phone while are you on somewhere in the city, your location will be picked up automatically, and it's an easy way to do your mapping projects. Yeah, I think this was my quick tour through the app. I'm not sure if we should leave some space for questions right now, or maybe I should pass it to Alexandra to show the new features.
Well, maybe we can stop sharing a second and see if anybody does have a question. We moved very quickly over features, and features are a site, a line, or an area that's added to the map. So he showed us today, how do you upload a file to make a line very quickly, but you can also do that with just a spot on the map. So it's in all the other tutorials if you want to see it on camera. But does anyone have a question? Good. Maybe Alexandra could go on. And by the way, if you want, oh, somebody is speaking.
Yeah. So I developed a Google map that has, hundreds of points, and it's got parks outlined and everything. And I think what I was looking to try and do is to import that into the system. And I dabbled with it a bit, but I haven't renewed my focus on it. So I was just wondering what you'd recommend as far as uploading a bunch of files into the new platform.
Yeah, so we have an import feature. Let me share my screen again. Share. Right, so if I go to my map, let me find it. Maybe I can edit this one. So here on map files, you can upload a file. And I have already updated some CSV file. And we have a short tutorial about how to format your CSV. And if you press this import button, all the data from that CSV, it will be imported on your map. We can give you a link to a tutorial that explains how to format this file. And also I can tell you that we are currently working on a new import feature that will make this process easier. So it depends on how urgent is your project. You can do it now, or you can wait a few more weeks, 1 or 2 weeks, I hope, for this new improved import feature.
Yeah, I would also suggest that if it's not urgent, it's interesting that you asked, because this is exactly the feature we're working on improving right now. So we're working on making a better preview feature so that you understand how the data will look in the application, and you understand what you need to correct in the CSV potentially easier. So if you are not in a big hurry, I suggest you wait for news, because probably we'll have a next demo focused on this particular feature.
Okay, I can wait then. Thanks. Is it still going to be a CSV import, or is it KML or something like that?
So right now we plan to add support for CSV, GeoJSON, and hopefully GeoPackage. I'm not sure about other formats like GML, or I don't know. It takes time to implement all of them, but I think having CSV, GeoJSON, and GeoPackage offers a lot of freedom to map makers, and it's easy to convert one format to another. So even if we won't support your formats, maybe you can ping us and we can help you to transform to the right format.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. This is huge. This is going to really make it easy for people who have existing data in different formats to go directly onto this platform. I'm thrilled to hear this. Yay! I'm jumping up and down. Okay, sorry. I know. Thank you. Alexandra, was there any other questions, by the way, or shall we go on to see more new features? Go ahead.
Okay, I'll try to figure out how to share the right window.
If you'd like to drop your name and where you're from in the chat, that would be very nice. Thank you. If you'd like.
Unfortunately, I have to restart Zoom to allow for screen sharing, so I'll be right back.
I can see we have Nura. Where are you from? You're somebody I don't recognize here. And maybe Nura can't speak. Oh, cool.
Hello.
Hi.
Sorry. Can I not open the camera?
Oh, that's okay. Where are you from?
I'm from Malaysia.
Wonderful.
Yeah. But currently I studying at Indonesia in master degree program. I interested in learning about green mapping concept. So I would like to I do my thesis on the green mapping. So I would like to learn more about green map and from the open green map. So
That's great.
I take my chance to learn here.
Thank you so much, Nur. I'm going to put my email in the chat. Feel free to drop me a note and I can connect you with other Indonesian green map projects, perhaps.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Thank you. And it looks like Alexandra is ready now. Thank you. Thank you.
You are welcome.
Okay, can you hear me? And you can see my screen. Cool. Great. Yeah, I'm going to show you a few things that we worked on recently. Some are things that we refined, existing features that we try to improve, and some are more experimental. So first of all, we implemented a new way to search on the map. For example, I can search for a location. And before, I could get results from our data, so for green map data, green map features and maps. But right now we also have available places. So for example, if you want to see what is happening in terms of green places in the town of Bristol, you can search for that, or you can search for a particular address. You will be taken to that location, and then you can also navigate through different sites that were added on Green Map from that location. Another thing we thought about how we could improve is how you filter icons. So as you can see, there is a lot of data. If I'm interested in a certain type of place, the green map icons offer a wide variety, but before we used to have a funnel icon that wasn't super intuitive. So right now, whenever you press in the search bar, you get some icon options, and you can also press on show all icons to choose from all of the available sets that are imported on the platform. So for example, let's see what farmers or local markets there are. There is one in Berlin, or not in Berlin, yes, and in Germany. And I can zoom out and see all over the world where we have places that have this icon. So hopefully this makes icon filtering easier for people. To deselect the icon, you click on the search field again, and you choose this option, and you also have handy some random icons selected from the existing sets, which you can try out and explore to see what places have this icon. So we try to make it more accessible for people to filter by icon, and we're really looking forward to getting feedback about how easy it is to use and what other functionality could be useful to make it easier to refine the search results and to find what you're looking for. So this was the search and the icon filtering. Now I'm also going to show you the positioning filter. Bogdan showed campaigns a bit earlier. We tried to make it easier for people to pick a location on the map. So sometimes when you want to contribute to a campaign, you're out on the street, you have your mobile phone, and you access the application from the mobile phone, then usually you will get the location automatically from GPS. However, if, as I am on my Mac, maybe I want to find a location somewhere. So I am in Berlin, but I want to find a certain park. Now I'm able to use the same location search to find places and get to them on the map faster. So I don't need to zoom in and search manually. I can do that by the search field. And you will see here, as I mentioned, we have this from GPS. You can also set the position manually by picking the location on the map. And we have this address search. So if you already have the address in writing and you don't want to fiddle around the map with the cursor to find it, you can type it in here. Let's see, I don't remember the street now, but maybe, yeah, this is a place that I already know the place. The point I want to add is here. I can search for it. It's already set there and it's super fast to find the location I want. So that was the goal of the small changes that we did to the positioning functionality. As with the icon filtering, we're looking forward to people trying it out and letting us know if there are any improvements that we can make. What else was I going to show you? Something that is not extremely new, but we think is useful to show is the dashboard page. So now if you are searching for your own data, if you want to manage your own maps, campaigns, icon sets, base maps, and so on. So if you are a map maker, from Manage, you can visualize your teams. You have a list of your teams, and when you click on one, you get to see all of the things that are related to that team. So all the maps that the team owns, all the campaigns, as I said, icon sets, and so on. So this is, we're trying to make it easier for people to find and manage their own data on the platform. This is especially for people who create maps and campaigns. And something that is maybe for more advanced users, a small feature. Campaigns, again, as you can see, we keep going back to them. We think they're a very easy way to collect, to engage people in participating in collecting green places. We know that sometimes you want to ask certain questions. For example, I made an campaign for the demo, which tries to collect data on old trees. And I really want to know the size of the tree. So I want people who participate to provide this. We created now the option to make some of the questions mandatory. So this is based on the icon that I use. I use this icon that I made. I can find it in my own icon sets. So if I go to my own set, this is the icon. If I edit it, you will see that the question that I asked in the campaign is here under the icon. And what we added now is you can make this field required so that when people want to participate in a campaign, oh, I can go from here actually, maybe it's faster. This question is marked as mandatory and they need to provide an answer before submitting. So for cases where you absolutely need to collect certain information, you have this option to mark certain questions as required. I think that's it. Bogdan, anything to add on these features?
No, I think this was all. We also did a lot of performance improvements, and probably you saw some design changes, but they are not that important right now.
Okay, then I'll stop sharing. And if you have any questions about what I showed.
Does anybody have a question? Looks like Mary might.
Oh, yeah. Always have a question. I love the campaigns and how they work. They'll be especially good for doing like here with L 2020, where you have silos of people doing different things that they're interested in, and they can bring it all on one map. That's super. That's going to make it very, very easy. From the user point of view, however, once you all the silos and we've done the back end really well, and they have the big map, with all those categories on the front, it gets, you know, for a map maker, it's great, but from a user to have all 170 icons to choose from, it's very confusing. And so I'm looking at the personal experience. They're not looking at a global thing. They don't want to see the galaxy. They just want to see Earth. They just want to see their town and what's going on. So flipping that around. So if you have the user and just those set icons, like you have in the campaign, where you just have, you know, 30 icons, can we do the same?
Yes.
On the front?
Yeah, so we already got this feedback from you via Wendy, and we discussed with Bogdan. So we plan when you have selected the map to show only icons that are present on that map.
Okay.
We've already discussed a few implementation ideas, and we'll start working on that soon.
Yes, what I really like about this is now you have options where you have a map maker can make the entire map, or the choice of suggesting a site for one little one-off, or the campaigns, which are more focused and controlled. So you have a little more control in your map as well. So that's a really good feature. Thank you for putting that together.
I'm so excited. And I see we have Joanne and Eilish here, who I think are both with the Glasgow Green Map. They've created several campaigns. And I wondered if you had any comments or questions, because I know you have a lot on your plate over there now all of a sudden.
Yeah, we found the campaigns tool really useful, because part of the map that we're working on, we want to make it really accessible. So basically the map that we're making is a green map of Glasgow in the run up to COP26, so that when people coming to Glasgow for the conference have kind of an alternative to Google Maps, and somewhere where they can find like sustainable places to shop, sustainable places to eat. So we wanted to make sure that that was representative of the people of Glasgow. So making sure that it was really easy for the people of Glasgow to add to the map was quite important, and that's like what the campaigns tools let us do, is make it really, really easy for people to add to the map. I like spoke to you about this over email, was because we now have quite a few campaigns for Glasgow. We wondered if it was possible to have almost like a folder that people can go to, and then they have all the Glasgow campaigns, so they don't have to kind of just like look through all the campaigns that they are, and they can go to, say, like the Glasgow folder, and then that's where they can find all the campaigns that relate to Glasgow. But yeah, apart from that, we found it really useful.
Yeah, we already have a few ideas for that as well. So we plan to add on the map page all the campaigns that are associated to that map as well. So this works if you have multiple campaigns that relate to one single map, you can find them there. We also were discussing adding the list of campaigns to the team page, because that's the place where you see who are the contributors, what maps they have, and you will also be able to see what campaigns they created. And we were also discussing filtering options for the campaigns page itself. For example, through hashtags, you would be able to see all the campaigns that have a certain keyword, so that you can group them together and you can focus information. So yeah, we have ideas, and now it's just about the time to implement, test them, and we will let you know as soon as something is live.
Great, thank you.
If we have some time, I actually have a sneak peek I'd like to show. So me and Bogdan have been exploring what it would mean to create straightforward mobile app for Green Map. And I'd like to show you the first iterations and what we have so far, and gather a few impressions, and maybe if you have suggestions for what you'd like to see in a mobile app, that would be a great timing. So I'll try to share my screen again. Can you see an iPhone simulator?
Yep.
Okay, so this is the application that we have so far. As you see, we have 2 buttons. We plan to show people places that are near their location. In this case, I have entered a location, I think somewhere in Berlin. So I see places from Berlin. This is mocked. I can navigate to one of the places, check out the pictures, the description, and also see where it is located and get directions from the Maps app in iOS. So this is neat because if you want to know how to get there,
Yes. Wow.
you can get the route. And of course, you can use the Map app features to, if you want to get there by foot or by public transport, bike. We recommend more eco-friendly transportation means. And then we thought that it could be useful to have campaigns as well on your mobile app, so that if you are out and about and would like to contribute to a campaign, you would be able to do that. So you could see what campaigns are available, and you could read about them, and to come also be able to input data and submit points and features to that campaign. So as I said, it's only in the beginning stages, and we're looking forward to see in what direction we could grow it. It's not yet released. It's work in progress, and we will let you know as soon as we have something further.
I'm very happy to see this. These are, I have a couple questions about the app. Could the campaigns be sorted by proximity in the app?
Mm-hmm. Yes, so the places, as you saw, you already have what's nearby. So at the top, you'll have what is nearby, where your location is, and we plan to do the same with campaigns. So to show you first the campaigns that are on maps near you.
That is very cool. And the directions, what is that coming from? Did you build that?
Directions are available with an integration from Apple. So we can use functionality from Apple, and yeah, we need to integrate with it, but we already use what's available from the Maps app that Apple has.
That is really remarkable. I don't know what your time frame is on it, and I'm really glad you're starting with Apple, I'm guessing. But maybe it could be ready by October, and this could be, this could be really helpful when people are coming to Glasgow, for example. And
yeah, you are actually thinking to contact the current map makers and see who's available for a pilot project. Maybe we can release the app only for their project and see whatever we can improve, so we can grow later to use for the whole Green Map project. So if anyone is interested to use at least the what's nearby feature, just contact us and we can see what would be the next steps.
wow, that opens up so many new possibilities. And folks, I don't know if you know, but I've been invited to come to Scotland in mid-October to take part in the TED Countdown Climate Conference. And I'm going to stay in Scotland work with Hannah and Joanne and Eilish and Neil and other people there who've been working on green maps for a while. This is all just happening now. I'll get to come to Berlin afterwards, and actually meet Bogdan in person. I've already met Alexandra when she came to New York, but this to me is very exciting, and I think it's going to be fantastic for our movement to be part of that conference with tools that are so handy. Wow, this is great. Amazing. I know Hannah, I don't know if she's listening right now. She's working on we're working on something that's due next week. So isn't this good to hear about?
No, it's amazing. It's really timely, and there's just so I feel slightly overwhelmed by try to take it in and test things and think about projects. But no, I'll keep thinking and keep using stuff and feedback. But just thanks. It's amazing.
Really amazing. And one of my summer goals is to redo the tutorials. So all these new things that have been created since last year, and I don't know if you've seen the list that's on the website of what's been added month by month. It's astonishing. Can you pull that up, Alexandra, maybe? I think it's on the about, is it on the about page? No, it's on updates. And you have a different version of it as well that's more technical.
Let me see. Do you mean the list that we made with the improvements per month, or the list that is on Open Green Map?
The one on Open Green, either one. Both are exciting.
Yes. Yeah, so maybe this is also a good moment to mention that we have a new menu structure since a while now. We added an about page so that you could get quickly an overview on the Green Map project. And we also have this icon where you can find support. So for example, the updates page where we try to keep track of everything that is new. So with each release, we'll try to add here things that are new. Let us know the amount of detail you would need. Of course, we're trying to also, we're in a process of improving how we communicate changes, because we are aware that sometimes making changes is not only about improvements, but also breaking existing workflows. So we are keeping that in mind, and we're trying to minimize breaking existing workflows, but sometimes changes do that as well. So that's why we try to keep track of everything that changed. We also have on our own demo instance a list of updates that is more that explains in more maybe a bit technical details what changed with each release, and we will try with every release to keep this up to date.
And I think I have that linked to February on this one, February 22. But I think that's too hidden. I'm going to move that link so people can find it easier, because I think so many people are really interested in the understanding what it really takes. I mean, this is the shorthand version, and what you spell out is really gives people a sense of the complexities here and the amazing work you're doing. Thank you.
We're happy to help.
I want to see if Wendy Anthony is here today from the Pacific Northwest. So Mary, I don't know if you've ever met Wendy before in British Columbia. There she is. Up in Victoria, she works with Ken a lot and doing amazing nature mapping, and which is astonishing there. So I'm so glad to see you, Wendy.
Nice to see you too, Wendy. Thank you.
Do you have any comments or questions?
Well, I did add something in the chat, and it's been a few years. I was on the Green Map version 1 and got carried away with doing a lot of other mapping projects. And I'm just so impressed with what you're all doing and all that you're adding, and that you've got a team working on stuff all the time. It's just bravo.
I'm with you on the bravo. Very good. And I don't know if Chip wants to say anything. He's here today too. Chip's the person who built Green Map GIS.org, among many, many other things he's done for this network, including introducing us to Bogdan and Alexandra. Chip, are you there? Maybe he stepped away for a minute. But we'll not get to talk to him again. Anybody else? Aluska, I don't know if you can say something or not. Aluska is part of the incredibly wonderful Mapa Verde Cuba project. This project's over 20 years old and has made gorgeous maps on paper. And Aluska is working on moving the data that's in those 20-year-old maps onto Open Green Map now. So you'll actually be able to really see some of the history of how this movement has impacted and flowed across the country. But I don't know that she can speak to us right now. I didn't think that people from Cuba could use Zoom, so I'm glad she's here. Maybe we'll be doing a Spanish-English demo sometime with the help of Natalie from Mexico/Belgium, or somebody else who's fluent in Spanish and English. But I'm very glad that that project is making this leap. It's really very important. Anybody else want to add something? I see Christian is here. Other people who haven't said anything yet who might want to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted a clarification. Is the data import is that a feature that's available now to use, or? Oh, it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it is available. We noticed that it is not very user friendly. It is easy to make mistakes, but we do have a tutorial where we try to give a step-by-step guides on how to do it the right way, and it is possible, yes.
Oh, excellent.
And what we're working now is improving it and making the data preview nicer so that you see before you import how the data is going to look.
Oh, okay.
But it is
Nice.
completely functional now.
Great. Yeah, that's something that would definitely be really useful for some of the things I do. So definitely we'll check it out. Because what I find most interesting, particularly about the mobile app, that kind of triggered some ideas, because we're developing a map of reuse and repair resources in New York City, and it would work really well on a mobile app, and particularly it set my mind thinking about how to capture it, and it would be nice to be able to do by neighborhood, because people in cities tend to identify their space by neighborhood. The only problem with neighborhoods is the shapefiles aren't necessarily available or accurate as far as defining the boundaries. And oftentimes the names of neighborhoods change. So it can be a little tricky using in neighborhoods, but having it on a mobile app that people could go, oh, what's available in my neighborhood? Click on that and then see, what's, available for the resources that we're putting together. So really nice. I really enjoyed it. It was really good. Thank you.
That's great, Mark. I wonder if anybody has any other comments, or we should maybe wrap up a couple minutes early. It's pretty hot in Berlin, I can imagine. You guys need some fresh air? Okay. Really, thank you, thank you, thank you. This has been remarkable once again, and I'm so excited. I hope all of you are thinking about your communities from a new perspective, having seen these new ways of doing things. It's great. Thank you all. If you want to turn on your cameras for 1 second, we'll take a screenshot. What do you guys think? All right. Oh, Chip, you're there. Great. I got it. Okay. We have almost everybody. I know a couple people can't turn them on. Thank you so much. Chip, did you want to say anything before you go? We asked earlier. You were out, I think.
Yeah, hi guys. I'm really thrilled about what Bogdan and Alexandra are doing, and yeah, I'm also looking forward to the iOS or Android apps in someday in the near future. And I know this will be a big hit for GIS Collective.
Okay, then thanks
Thank you.
everyone for tuning in and for listening. If you have any questions, we're happy to take them. See you next time.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Thank
See you
you.
all. Bye.
Salut
Bye.
Bogdan,
See you.
felicitări. Salut.
Thanks.
See you next month, Wendy.
Ciao.
Bye.
Safe travels, Mark, and
See ya.
everybody. Happy
Bye.
solstice.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.